Hi. Um, how are you? I hope you're okay. I had to get my earring on, honestly, because I just felt like it gives a little bit of compliment to my face and my clothes. You know, I really like colors. I honestly love colors. I love colors. So I tend to be quite a bit colorful just because it's just pretty having colors, just like seeing rainbows in the sky. You know how pretty that is. Yeah, so that's why I got my earrings on. And yeah, and my nails are messy. It's just like really pretty. Anyways, hi. I don't have so much to talk about. I don't even know why I'm actually sitting in front of this camera, honestly. um um I think I have something to address. Uh, Trying to switch on the TV. Guess I have something to talk about. I'm not so sure what it is. First, I'm gonna just toast this sweet in because I like chewing while talking. It just helps. I really don't know how to make a research on that, but it's just good. It just feels good chewing while talking. Anyways, this is that. Okay. Mm. This is Max Trace chocolate. That's what I just toast in my on my tongue, in my mouth, and it's kind of like a really dark coffee chocolate, but it tastes good. It's the first time I'm tasting this, but I feel like it tastes a little bit good. It's not so bad, you know. So what I actually want to talk about is when your real life begins. You know, a lot of us are living, and a lot of us are living a life of discomfort. When you're not comfortable, there is a lot of blending going on. You have to compromise a lot of things for someone else. I think life in general is just about sacrificing for the people that you, for the things that you care about. So doing this video right now, I'm sacrificing for you because I care about you. I care about just sharing my thought with you. I care about just letting you know what my opinion is on this subject that I'm finna discuss about. So, so I think like life is a bit of sacrifice, of sacrificial. It's kind of sacrificial. We all tend to like put our effort and put time, dedicate time, effort, and all that into something that we love. You know, and that's sacrifice. When you sacrifice time, when you put time into something, you put your effort, put dedication, you dedicate time to something, then you're kind of automatically sacrificing yourself for that thing. Mm. The chocolate tastes good, and it has a tiny mm, it has it has a coffee seed. I really never tasted like a real coffee. Oh my god. Hey yo. Oh, I'm not a coffee person. Oh, it's so bitter. Oh no. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Oh. I took it the thought away. I took it away. I still have a little pieces in my mouth. I'll drink water. I'm still chewing on it. It sucks. My cup is dirty. I'll just drink a little bit of water. Oh yeah. I have no straws. And my glass was, I can't stand up, honestly. I'm really tired. I've been walking all day. In a way. So that was not, the chocolate coating was amazing, but like the coffee itself, like this is the first time I'm eating like coffee seed. I'm chewing coffee seed or like tasting it or even having it in my mouth, and it's not something I want to take. I would love to try again. Honestly, I don't even like coffee. I don't drink coffee so much. I used to one time, but that's like when I was trying to lose weight and shit like that, and it honestly did help. Okay, but like I'm not a coffee fan. I would never just go to the store to buy coffee, even if I would like just do it like once in a while, which would be like once in 365 days. But like I don't like coffee, and that was not so nice. It's so bitter. I wonder how you'll do it. Like, do people chew coffee seed? Because that's crazy. Anyway, let me just get into it. But I would never chew coffee seed again. Do not send me coffee. I don't like coffee. No. Anyways, I was talking about real life shit. Talking about when your real life begins. So like real life is sacrificial, right? So you want to make sure in this time dedication, this sacrifice that you make as a human being, you you realize that you're the highest part of the sacrifice. Like if you're not making the sacrifice, then the sacrifice won't be made. If you're not performing this ritual of time dedication, of paying attention, the ritual won't be made, the sacrifice won't be made. So you want to make sure that you recognize who the highest, the main the main the main character, I'd say, or the main person of the sacrifice was, the main character, the highest value of the sacrifice is. And for every individual, it is every individual. For everyone that sacrifices time to somebody else, sacrifices time to something, the most important thing, the most important factor of that sacrifice is yourself. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. Like when your real life begins right now, in the sacrifices that you have been doing so far, like paying attention to something, even watching the TV screen, communicating with your friend, reading a book, doing something, it's all sacrifice. Dedicating time to a skill, trying to perfect a craft, whatever it is. Your real life, the actual profit of what you're doing literally begins when you start to dedicate time to yourself, to knowing, acknowledging the fact that it is you who has the greatest value in that sacrifice you're paying. So your real life begins when you start to love yourself. All of those friendship, those relationship, this craft making, this perfection of skill, this dedication of work, all of this would not yield you for good fruit if you do not pay time and attention to your sacrifices and to the sacrifices that you're making with your own self. If you do not pay time and attention to yourself. So first off, you have to love yourself in order for things to produce for good fruit. You get me? It's just like talking about a good fruit right now. if you do not water the tree, you know, if the trees are not being watered and not like being taken care of, if the trees do not have like a soft moisturizer, do not have sunlight and all that shit, it would not produce for a good fruit to eat. That's when you see the fruits get rotten and stuff like that. So the most important thing of any factor that wants a good result of any star factor outside person, could be person, animal, place, whatever, of any now, of any whatever, get that wants a good result, is self-love. Dedicating time to yourself and loving yourself is the most important thing of anything that you are going to do or dedicate time itself to. Mm? Your craft would not be a reflection of yourself if you do not love yourself enough to 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 let it understand you. Your work, if you do not love yourself, I know a lot of people are doing a lot of work. I'll come back to the craft for 1 second, before I jump right into the work itself. So talking about craft developing, if you do not develop self-love for yourself, you cannot express your creativity in your craft. Mm? Yeah, so you need to acknowledge loving yourself, loving that you love your loving yourself enough to love what you're doing and what you want to do, what you want to create, what you want to build up, and that would help you build it up in the perfect way that you want to build it up. Just like a job, for example, a job that you do not like, a job that you don't want to do. I'm not talking about career, I'm not talking about professions, I'm just talking about a regular job that people do just to you themselves some ends and build up something that would transform or transmit into their careers and professions. Yeah. So like um dedicating time to a job that you don't like can be hectic as fuck. It can be terrible. So you want to make sure that the first thing that you love is not the money that you earn from this job, but yourself. Yourself in the sense of reason why you're doing it, reason why you're participating in it. The reason why you want to even dedicate time to it in the first place must be yourself. So realizing that you're the most important figure in this sector of a job, of working, would help you navigate the easiest ways to working without getting exhausted, and without complaining, without complaints, and without like sulking, and remembering that you do not want to remain in that particular state. So loving yourself enough to do something that you do not love would help you loving yourself enough would help you do something that you do not love and end the result in a great way. So loving yourself would help you not lose yourself by doing something you do not love. So when you love yourself, you would find it easy to do something that you do not love. You would find it easy to relate with something that you do not love. You will find it easy as well to relate to things that you love. You would find it easy to communicate with things that you love. You find it easy to do anything because you love yourself. So that's the point where life actually begins. That's on craft and jobs, the like regular basic job that everybody just does, like to just see it, get them some free square meal on the table, and like get them some cash and stuff like that. So also talking about self-love, now going talking about self-love in relationships. Loving yourself first would help you understand, would help you, um would help you, a perfect communication in relationship. It would give you a perfect communication in your relationships, with your friends, with your partners, with people around you, because in generally every individual is different. Yeah, nobody's gonna act like you. Nobody would understand how you act, how you behave, what you want them to do, what you want to receive. Nobody would understand all of that. So you want to love yourself enough that I'm sorry, that when people act a certain way that you do not like, you are able to not just take it, because in some situation you have to take some things, so you can just you have to like exit yourself from a lot of toxic situation. But it could also be a job that you probably need. Okay, so do not like, oh, well, talk to me in a bad way, I'm leaving. No, get a tiny bit of stabilizing yourself a little bit, and if you love yourself enough, whatever negativity that is around you would produce for good fruit, because you choose yourself before the negative situations. This has happened to me. It has happened to me. Okay, it has happened to me. Like, a lot has happened with me. You would discover all the things that has happened with me sometime as we go on. Yeah, but right now, talking about this self-love to relationship, you can it can help you, build a solid foundation in your relationships, and it can help you like, stabilize yourself in your relationship. It can, I talked about toxicity before, but loving yourself can help you not lose yourself in relationships with people. So it can help you, when people start behaving in a certain manner that you do not like. Self-love can help you, it can help you understand their attitudes. It can help you balance their attitude. It just helps you, um choose yourself in whatever situation it is. So when like people just behave ugly, when they don't understand your worth, when they don't understand when you speak and you have to repeat it 1,000 times, when people yell and shit like that, all those things that they can be stressful to oneself. When people behave in that way, when you love yourself so much, uh you would you would discover easy ways to solve the disputes with these people, with this toxicity. So the self-love would it would just loving yourself would just create a new path for you, would help you discover what life truly is. You would begin to see life for its beauty. You would begin to see, I'm sorry, that was all. I'm sorry, shit, the fuck. I'm parroting. You will begin to see how beautiful life is. You will just begin to see nature for itself. You would breathe easy. You would breathe more better. It would open so much self satisfaction to you. You would feel satisfied in even in situations that are unsatisfactory. What? You will feel confident in yourself, speech, confident in your your body, confident in your body language. So when people don't feel comfortable in your own body language, like in whatever you do, dress sense, when people just don't feel comfortable around you, you care less because you feel comfortable with yourself. Okay, I'm still gonna talk about that because like there is a difference between self-love and ego. mm, Self-love and, okay, not ego, because sometimes being egoistic is like really good, but like there's a difference between self-love and loss of manner. Do not lose your manner for in the process of self-love. It can be it is the greatest tool to have in life. Self-love is the greatest thing a man, anybody can have. It gives you so much control, so much power, and some people tend to lose themselves, and that's when you see people act so rude. Can be out of ignorance as well, but like majority of it can also be out of self-love. So, but like your real life begins when you self-love yourself, when you discover self-love, when you love yourself enough to say no, when you love yourself enough to ignore what someone else is saying that's not like in accordance with your opinion, thoughts, with your idea, with your everything that you're doing. Okay, it just helps you. It also helps you stabilize yourself in the midst of crowd. It helps you stabilize your craft. It helps you reflect yourself in your craft. It helps you communicate with yourself and everything that is around you. It gives you so much satisfaction, so much stability and achievement. It gives you so much control of situations that are unprofitable and disvalued to you. It gives you like self-love. Just self-love is the greatest tool you can ever have, and I'm not talking about loving the clothes that you wear, which is you will develop when you start loving yourself. But I'm talking about just loving every strand of air that sits on your body. Just waking up in the morning, looking at yourself and being like, fuck. Just even thinking like, why the fuck don't I have a twin me? Like, just loving yourself enough that if you had someone as yourself, you wouldn't hesitate to grab them. You wouldn't hesitate to own them. You would love them. You know what I mean? Like loving yourself to understand that you're perfectly created, you're beautiful, you're adorable. To just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, oh my fucking god, regardless of whatever you're wearing. You could put on a turtleneck and just love yourself. And we're talking about self-love does not equal nudity, okay? Um and I'm trying to say this is nudity right now, okay? I'm just saying self love you can also love yourself. It would help you love your flaws, love yourself in whatever you put on. You don't have to you wouldn't you can be on an hijab, like cover you. Like I love scarves so much. I can someday you're gonna see me, like I really love the Arab people when they dress, and I've done it a couple of times in my life and I really adore it. But when you love yourself enough, it's not about just showcasing your skin or like getting your boobs out. It's also not about like covering all of your femininity and shit like that. It's just about just feeling confident and feeling amazing in everything that you wear, because like you're pretty. You just tend to feel so much beauty in yourself. You begin to realize how beautiful, how worthy you are. That like someone else's wrong opinion or someone else's um, human and speech matters not to you. You like I said, that's just about like people, okay? So you begin to discover a lot of things with yourself. It helps you reflect. It helps you know yourself. It helps you understand yourself. It helps you set boundaries. It helps you know your what. It increases like your what, self-love. And there's a big difference between self-love and lack of manner. Okay, do not go about being rude and thinking it's self-love. Do not go about speaking it's ugly when you're rude. It's really ugly when you're heel mannered. Stand up for your right. Stand up for your right. Get angry, because these are like normal human traits: to be upset, to get angry, to yell. I'm still gonna talk about that as well. Accepting your anger does not equal to toxicity, because when you know it, you don't have to be toxic about it. Okay. Self-love does not equal ill manner. Okay, do not go about being rude to people and being like a self-love. If people are not rude to you, do not be rude to people. Okay, that's like really ugly. So self-love can help you understand that life is connected. You begin to see like how your jobs, your friends, your dreams, everything, your inner being, you begin to see the connection of things. When people act human towards you, you begin to see, you begin to see yourself and the connection you have with this person. Like, you begin to see like the difference in the levels that you both have. You begin to see your class. You see how much you've graduated from a particular class. It's just like schooling, right? You move from one, you graduate. Some people repeat. You see who's repeating the class. You see who's graduating. You see who's elevating. You see who should be in your life and who shouldn't. You just begin to It's just like you just begin to put people in like scale of preference, and then you start choosing whatever you want, and like you begin to like scale people. You just begin to understand what life is. You just everything you see everything in like a chart, right? And then you start like really putting them in tiny pies, and like picking up your pie and seeing what pie is what, like eating. You know what I'm saying? So it helps you to be peaceful with yourself. It helps you to be really peaceful, to like shutting the door, breathing from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, inhaling as much breath as you can. Like it also helps you to be beautiful. But like it helps you to be peaceful, it helps you to be calm with the hair, it helps you to be friends with the hair, it helps you to be friends with nature. She's so beautiful, trust me. It helps you to be friend with nature. It helps you to love yourself. It helps you to feel yourself. It helps you to understand yourself. It helps you to be still and so peaceful. Self-love is amazing. So it helps you to understand your self-worth and realize that the highest priority in life is you, yourself, and you. Mm-hmm. It helps you to understand negativity and not just seeing negativity as but it helps you to see negativity as mm. And then you want to think about it like, what does this negativity come for? It helps you to see the negativity came in your life for something. It doesn't help you push away negativity. Negativity is not all negativities are meant to be pushed away. Deal with negativity. Do not push negativity away. You push negativity away, you take away something from your life. It's like always being happy and like never being angry and then just being stupid. You need every trait of emotions that we can feel in life to truly live. And when you love yourself enough, you begin to understand that you begin to understand that you need all the factors and all the emotions of life of human traits to be. Okay, you begin to see negativity as a tool for positivity, as a door to enter into positive arenas and positive situations and realms. So, yeah, but like when you don't love yourself, you begin, the only thing you see is like your flaws. The only thing you see is like bad situations. The only thing you tend to see is like bad things happening around me. You tend to see a lot of negative things from what people do to you or what people do with you. You begin to see like bad things, like, oh, she's bad. Everybody's bad around you. When you don't love yourself, you begin to see everyone as bad people. You 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 know your scale just becomes totally imbalanced. But you need to love yourself enough that when people act negative towards you see it as an opportunity for you to be positive. You get me? But you need to grow positivity without the negativity. But just know how to control the negative situation so it doesn't eat you up, because everybody in life is here to eat. So when you begin to see negative situations as positive situations, you automatically have transformed yourself into the realm of positivity, into the realm of self-love, into the realm of being itself, which is the realm of living itself. So your real life begins when you start to love yourself. All of those traumas that you've been through, all of those doubts, all of those impossibilities begin to transform to positivities. The doubts begin to transform to, I can do it. Even if I'm going to take a pause for a minute, I will do it. I can do it. I don't doubt it. I have it. It's there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to deal with it. You begin to create time for yourself. You pause things, but pausing things does not mean you forget them, okay? You begin to create time in balance, in balancing everything around you with yourself, balancing your love, balancing your communication with people that you love, balancing the time that you give to people who talk down on you, balancing the time that you give to people who say negative things about you, balancing the acceptance of, could be compliment or could be balancing your decision making, balancing everything around you, balancing your rituals, your skin rituals, your whatever rituals, your life ritual. You're balancing yourself. Self-love helps you to elevate yourself balancing in balances. So it helps you to balance your scale. It helps you to balance yourself. It helps you to build up yourself. It helps you to take control, which is like the most important. When you control yourself, you can control anything and anybody. You have to control yourself, learn to control yourself, and you can only control yourself when you love yourself. So loving yourself helps you control yourself, helps you build yourself, helps you to be in a position of where, how, who you want to be. You know what I mean? So that's it about self-love. It also helps you to reach a certain goal, in the sense that you begin to pay more attention to this goal that you want to score, by learning new skill, learning new tactics, practicing, dedicating time, knowing yourself. You cannot have a skill, you cannot want to score a goal and not know how to kick the ball, and not know how to concentrate on the point at which you want to score your goal. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo just doesn't go into the field and pray and then just roam about the field. There's a lot of dedication to it. And if he doesn't love himself enough, he wouldn't be able to, even if he knows the tactics, he wouldn't be able to navigate through dribbles and playing the OT. So that's it. So self-love also helps you with dealing with self-justification, the tiny voice that comes to your head to judge you, judge everything that you do, and condemn your works and create doubt for you and tell you, no, no, it's not nice. Let's try something else. Pause. You can make that better. You don't have to try something else. How about we just like creating this a little? How about we just take a pause and just adding something to it? How about if when you pick up something, you can transform it into anything you want to transform it to, and that's self-love. So self-love helps you know when you write, take take a note of something. Could be like, what example am I gonna make? Cooking, for instance. When you're cooking and you had a particular spice to your food, and you want to add another spice, and it's just like, no, I don't think it's gonna be nice. I've never tried it. I don't think it's gonna be nice. How about you just think like, okay, I've never tried this before, but I think if I try it and it's not good, then I wouldn't try it again. How about we just just add a little bit of the spice to see how it results to. Like, what about we just try something new, Like, just be confident in doing stuff. It helps you build that confidence in just trying it. You just add a little spice, and then after trying it, you eat it, and you're like, well, it wasn't bad after all. That's automatically a new part for you. You automatically have created something new for yourself. You see, it just helps you like build something new for yourself. It helps you create something new. It helps you try something new. It just helps you invent new things, you know. So the just justifying yourself gets like eliminated, or just gives you a little bit of twist when you get a doubt of like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Instead of just turning your back away from it completely and being like, no, I wouldn't do it. How about just twisting it a bit, like just why, hold up, what about if I try this thing? I can try it. Let's see what it will result to. There's no harm in trying. You can try it, and then it's gonna yield for good fruit, you know what I mean? So it also like brings in more positive energy, but that's another twist. But that's not how self-love works. The moment when you start to love yourself, true that you would attract positive energy, but you attract even more negative energies than positive energies, A lot of people will come to you, try to stress you and shit like that. A lot of times, a lot of things would not fall in place, you know, and loving yourself would help you deal with them. But loving yourself would help you deal with the negative situation. But trust me, when you self love yourself, a lot of negative energy would be around you. And that's the point where life wants you, or the temptation of life wants you to act rude. Get me? So you can choose to control the energy around you by loving yourself and choosing to not be rude. Confront it, but not being so rude about the confrontation. Just confront it in a way that it understands your anger, and you don't have to like be rude or ill mannered, because like I said, ill manners can be really ugly, and it can really reflect in your life. It can dive you away from positivity, so you have to try to be like positive and stay loving yourself in a positive way. So self-love can it might attract negative energy. No, it attract positive energy, but it also might attract negative energy. But the twist about self-love is when you love yourself, you have control over the negative energy that it attracts. You understand me? Because then you're gonna be a lot of haters. Oh my god, people gonna not like you, people gonna talk down on that thing that you're doing. It's like, why do you have this on? It's not nice. No. Uh, I'm never gonna forget it. I'm gonna say it now, I'm gonna say it tomorrow, I'm gonna say it after. People are gonna tell you, put your head down. Like, you lift your head up too high, put it down, bitch. Leave that shit the fuck up. Lift it up. People are gonna tell you, this dress isn't nice. Go back and look in the mirror. Take advice is okay. Like I told you, self-love can be a little bit too egoistic, can help you, can build a lot of ego, and if you do not control it, it can just make you look stupid. As much as it's the greatest tool, it can help you look stupid if you do not control it. That's the point where too much of everything is bad. But when I'm talking about self-love, I'm talking about loving yourself enough to not let something affect you. So when people advise you or when people talk down on you, like I said again, negative situations can help you see beauty in positivity. So when people talk down against you, like, the shit you're wearing isn't good, make sure that you consider it. Don't sink it in, don't toss it away. Do not do two things. So you put it on a scale of balance. Do not sink it in, do not toss it away. Try to balance it. And then you like, okay, I will go to the mirror, look at myself and see what's wrong with the shit. Then you pick the clothes up, put it on her, put whatever you're wearing on the person, and see if you are gonna love it or you're not gonna love it. If you're gonna love what you see in a mirror, sometimes you can also dive out of yourself, which is like, you can take the clothes, what you're wearing, just put it on the person's body and just imagine, if somebody's wearing this, would I like it on them? Would I be amazed by what you're wearing? Would I adore it? Would I also talk down on the dress like they're doing? Even if you do not talk down like they're doing, because you already have so much self-love, so much high esteem, so much standard, that you know how to control your words and place your word in a way that is not super offensive and belittling. Then you begin to see, you see if they were right or they were wrong. And if they were right, if you would look at that dress on somebody, if you don't want to put it on the street, if you don't want to put it in a typical room, like, I don't know what you was trying to create when you wore the dress or when you made that style, you can put it on a runway. Is it some, you can put it in something that you always adore, somebody you always adore, somebody you would aspire a little, or not a little, aspire to be like, somebody you know, a position of somebody where you would want people to see you, you know, put it on the person and like, is this, if I see it, would I be amazed? Would I love it? Would I want to be like that? You know? So you have to go to the mirror, look at yourself, and if it is something that you would want to see on everything that you admire, on a person you admire, on yourself that you admire, if it is something you can put on in a place where you want to be, like, let's say a runway, for instance, or let's say a job offer. I don't know how your dress could be, like, stylishly, could be elegant, could be embodying class, could be embodying elegance, could be embodying whatever your dress is relating. Could just be embodying like your own sense of fashion, could be embodying like your taste, could be also the point of inventing, like creating new things, trying to invent new things. So if you also, when you put this dress sense that someone talks down on the platform where you want to be, like that boss that you want to be, would it be what you want to see yourself wear in the nearest future, despite you wearing it now? Would it be something that you would want your child to look up to? Would it be something that everything has to be considered. That's why I said self-love can also be super egoistic. It can make you be a little bit ill-mannered. So while you self-love yourself, despite the fact that you're the number one priority of everything around you, every other thing is also a priority. Despite the fact you're not taking people's word for your definition, people's word can also be important. Consider it. Do not throw it away. They're important. Listen to it. Go cross check it. Do not just be like, oh, she said it's not good, I'm taking it off, it's not good. No, no, no. I know a lot of people like that. I know, not people, I've been in. That's not about people. Everything that I say here, I've been them. And I haven't been. I've been a lot. I've been up, I've been down, I've been sidelined. So I know times like that because I've been it. I have lived it. So do not just be like, oh, and trust me, this is the point where your thought is also gonna try to play tricks on you. Your thought will play tricks on you by making the dress that you're putting on feel a little bit awkward. But when you have self love for yourself, you stay on that point of, I like it. I like it. If I see it on someone, I would like it. I would adore it. So it, just maintaining that platform of, if I see it on somebody, I would love it. I would like to see it on myself. Sometimes you just have to take it out and assume you're not wearing it, but like, oh my god, put it on a mannequin, put it on something. I would like it. I would want to wear it. That's creativity for me. That's such a beautiful style. Let it be mind blowing. If it blows your mind, then it is definitely right. So then someone else's opinion doesn't matter. But when you put it on the mannequin and you're like, nah, I ain't talking about the thought in your head. I'm talking about your own self, your own desire to your own idea of beauty, your own fashion sense, your own style. Do not let that run away from you. When you put it on someone and you're like, wow, I would love it, put it on mannequin, whatever. Would I buy this dress? Would I wear it on a runway? Would I love to want to be like this? Is this the kind of thing that I would love to be, to see, to everything? If you are in accordance with it in your present, in your past, and in your future self, in your every part of you there is, if you are in accordance with it on you, in buying it on someone else, if you're gonna give compliments to someone who's wearing it, if you're gonna buy it when you see it, if you're gonna admire it if you're gonna everything it, if it's just it's that thing, then of course go outside again with that shit and be like, nah girl, I like it. Self-love gives you that confidence to never let yourself go when people try to let you go. So people might be like, oh, this earring is too huge for you. My mom doesn't like it, honestly, but she's not, it's just our taste, you know what I mean? But people might be like, the earring is too huge, the earring is too red, it doesn't suit your color, shit like that. If you like it, wear it. Consider what people say. Honestly, I would like something more smaller. I can like something more smaller on what I'm on my outfit right now, or how I'm looking right now, like my mom suggests. But I honestly love this. If I see someone wearing it, I would give her compliments 1,000 times. So then I'm gonna wear it because I like it. So that's it. Take advices, but love, choose yourself, choose yourself. Doesn't mean like when people give you advice, you look at the advice and like just like, nah, I'm gonna do what I want to do. No, I told you, if it's not nice for you, do not do it. Take the advice, take the negative what they said, transform it, take it, transform it, choose to go with it, or choose to go with your own what. This is how self-love in a scale of of control and power works. Because if you lose the control, you might be so rude, like you might just end up hating the person who complimented on your dress. And note that it just might be the style. Everyone has a different style, so she might just be saying it because it's not a style. He might just be saying it because it's not a style, but it is your style. So use the best of your style at that moment, and well, whatever they like is their business. But they're not saying it because they hate you. They're just saying it because like it just, to them, it's just like they don't like it at that particular time. So if you do not control your self-love, you'd end up hating people. You end up hating a lot of people, and trust me, you would end up just like, although being alone is a beautiful thing, I like my times when I'm alone though, but like you would end up not just being alone, but like just hating to want to be with people. That's a terrible thing. Do not hate to want to be with people, because there are lots of individual in this life. You can get a lot of opportunity from anyone that comes around you. You can build a lot. There's a lot of yeses ahead of you. So just like love yourself enough to not want to hate everybody that you haven't even met. Mm. So this is what I'm saying. Like self-love, your real life begins when you love yourself. You begin to cherish your skin color. One time I couldn't. I think we should wrap this up because it's getting too long. I was about to talk about like skin colors and shit like that. Some people don't love the skin colors. I'm not really talking about some people trying to talk down people right now. I've been there. Like I said, everything that I say, yeah, I've been it, I've done it, I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've lived it. It's the only reason why I'm talking about it. Okay, so love yourself, respect yourself, choose yourself, take advices, control your ego, control yourself, balance your power, know you, choose you all the fucking time. Take advices though. Mm-hmm. And score your goal. Mm-hmm. So that's it. You're not flawed, you're perfect. You're not flawed, you just made a mistake. You're not flawed, your mistakes can bring you to perfection. You're not flawed, you just made another mistake, and you would learn from that mistake and just do something more better. You're not flawed, it's just a part of your life. You're not flawed, you're just human. It's just a way of being. Okay, you're not flawed, you just didn't make the right decision at that time. You're not flawed, you just didn't know better. Now you know better, you can change the situation. You're not flawed, people just have a problem, and not with you. They just have problems with themselves. Do not ever put you in the problems of people, because then it's going to sink in you. So when people have problem, when you think people have a problem with you, they don't have a problem with you, they have a problem with themselves. Because when you put people in having problems with you, you're automatically going to have problem. So choose yourself all the time, talk high on yourself, respect yourself, have high respect, put yourself on a very high standard. Stand high, stand on your tens, and do everything that I say, and you will live a good life. Bye. Bye.